Sunday evening, Mother's Day today, and whether you have a really good and rich and connected experience with your mother and a good relationship with your mother, or whether or not it's deteriorated or she happens to be gone now, you've got some stuff left over, whatever the stuff happens to be. Today is, for me about honoring the fact that mothers give life. They grow life inside of them. So whether you are a mother or whether you have a mother, pretty much everyone has a mother of some kind, be thankful, find some gratitude. Find some gratitude for the fact that this human being gave you life. So regardless of all the stuff that might be in the way of that being a loving experience, I really encourage you to choose love. Choose love. What's the question? The answer is always love. Today I want to pay major respect to my mom, who at 70 years old is the most fit, the most fun, the most funky, the most quirky. She's a teenager all the way. Like, teenager. We thought teens were bad. Wait till they get to teenager years. Because honestly, she's at this stage of life where she's just sort of seemingly fully embracing all of who she is. And she just shows up full and quirky and kind and loving. But most of all, my mom is a pioneer. My mom is a pioneer who taught me that when things don't fit in the family, when things are quote unquote broken, for lack of a better term, that it's our job to fix the things that we can. And so even though we all have baggage, there's no doubt about that, and some of it may be associated with mums or parents, whatever, that really, realistically, these people do the best job that they know how, and it's, I believe, intentionally from a place of love. And so I give my mom kudos and respect for the fact that, when some parents run and hide from historical damage, again, lack of a better term, in our lineages, and someone stands up and says, you know what? I think I'm going to make some changes to that. I think these are the things that I'm going to do differently because I'd like to create a different outcome. And today I was relishing in the fact that because my mom did that first, that gave me the opportunity to rise up when I was asked to be, mom and dad for over 15 years with my kids, and coming out of massive trauma and sort of leading them through the darkness, if you will. So this panicky, anxiety-ridden state became my place that was normal. It was the place that I hung out for decades. And what I wanted to be different this time, in the expectation of the unknown, as we're wandering around somewhat in the dark, really don't know what we're doing. Can we do this? Can we do that? Should we do this? Should we do that? Everybody's sort of paying attention, not paying attention. There's so much information. So I'm trying to listen to my small, still voice. And sometimes it's muddled with all the stuff that's out there, all the stuff that's getting talked about. Yappy, yappy, yappy. And I'm trying to get centered in that place of the knowingness. Okay, so what do I need right now? So today, my kids came by, and it's the first time that I've seen them really since January, when we were in the UK. We were visiting my friend slash, more like family over there. And what was really special about that was, after 20 years of not making it to the UK, finally my mum, Maggie Bratton, said, please come to the UK, we need you to come here. And in January and February we did. And we did land there as a family for Peter and Richard's wedding, what was epic, at the Old Horton Grange, which is a 350-year-old cottage. And the 11 of us landed there and stayed there together. And we had this amazing and incredible experience with my mom, with her as a great-grandmother, me as a grandmother, my kids there, my daughter there as a parent, and everybody having their significant others, and they're all in really amazing relationships with amazing partners. So as I look around at that experience and I realized like Mila she was in her glory because she had so much attention. She was just giving her, you know, her little personality was flourishing in amongst what will become and has become one of the fondest memories I have as my family, which is an incredible feeling knowing that we got the chance and opportunity to go to the UK together, that there were 4 generations of us there, that the wedding was monumental. Richard and Peta, you know, threw an amazing party. And more than that, they've got that everlasting love. And I loved being a part of that. And so today, at Mother's Day, I'd like to also pay homage to Maggie Bratton, who invited me to the UK for 20 years. Was my mother from the UK. I called her Mum. She loved me like a daughter. I know that for a fact. And her and I also shared a beautiful friendship where it was intimately connected, and I know that she shared things with me that she wouldn't share with just anybody. So I hold that near and dear to my heart. Literally, within us being home, not even 3 weeks, COVID-19 hit. We were all of a sudden banished to our homes. Everything was uncertain and we didn't know what was going to happen. And then the UK experience became, you know, not a distant memory, obviously, because it was only in February when we came back. But all of a sudden, through all the turmoil, getting locked in, all the stuff that's going on, my UK mum passes away. And so for 20 years, she asked me to come and visit her. And for 20 years, I said maybe someday. For 20 years, I let the excuses, the reasons, the justifiers, the reasons why not be bigger than my reasons why. Once I had that clear vision of what I wanted, which was to have my entire family at this wedding and celebrating with Maggie in the UK, now understanding the profound gravity of that gift, not just for me, but for everyone that experienced it. And so, oh man, I'm so thankful to have had that time, that opportunity to connect and fulfill a dream. You know, of course, when we saw her, we had no idea that in only 3 or 4 short weeks she would be gone. There is no way to know those things. And I know a million people that would give anything just for 1 more minute. And so today, after not seeing my kids for so long and having the opportunity to you know, really see them, be with them, the richness of the experience is so much deeper than I've ever known. It's so much more amazing, more connected, more intimate. It's calmer. And so I surrender into that place. And I have amazing children, amazing children. And they'll tell you because they have an amazing mom. Today is the 30th anniversary of my Mother's Day. For 30 years, I've been in service to my children. For 30 years, I have been a mother. It is the best thing I've ever done. It's the most gratifying service I've ever served. It is the most challenging experience I've ever had. And there were some dark and not so fun, disturbing times. Through all of it, I see the difference in them. By choosing to be at home with them, by choosing to be consistently there with them through their developmental years. So you see, my mom started something, a little drip into the water. And the ripple effect of that carried through so that I could then pick up the vibe. And once I did that and started rippling the pond, I see the ripples affecting my children. And the impact that that has, I now see as an impact in parenting to my granddaughter. And so although my life was riddled with abuse, after abuse, after abuse, after abuse, I didn't stay there. I didn't stay victim to a place where I knew I didn't belong. I've always been driven to seek and find a development of myself. And in doing so and setting a tone with my kids, I see them also being inspired to do that themselves. And now it used to be extremely volatile, like I've explained in other videos with my dad and his levels of anger and his ability to get really big and really angry really fast, like Incredible Hulk stuff. Even though it was usually meant with the intention of love, it wasn't a felt loving experience. But now intellectually I can look back and look at the wounded places of him and understand and comprehend things a little differently. And so today I am so grateful to be a mom to incredible children who have incredible partners, who are creating incredible stories for themselves. And after 30 years of thinking that I had to do it, putting them first, them first, them first, you first, you first, somebody else first, my boss first, my work first, somebody else always got all of my attention. So to the point and degree when it came to me, I had nothing left. It was drained. And so now I'm grieving some of those things because ultimately it was a choice, but at that point in time, it was too muddled. I was too inundated. It was coming at me. I didn't know what to do other than head down, deal with it as I could. But now that I see where I can create differences and see that some of the differences that I created along the way are chains that are literally breaking in abuse cycles in our lineage. And I see my niece, who is full of life. Niece. Well, that's the second time I've said that today. Isn't that interesting? She'd be my granddaughter. Maybe I just don't feel old enough to have a niece, a granddaughter. But as I see her electrical essence, jovial, full of life, full of adventure, just wanting to live life out loud, I know that she will experience things in a different way than my children did, than we did as children, than my mom did as a child. And going back and understanding that it's because we decided to take those wounded places and instead of drink them, smoke them, eat them away, to always remain in curiosity, to always remain in that place of accountability and responsibility in the seeking of becoming. Healing's available to anyone that wants it. You have to be willing to tell yourself the truth, and that will continue to be something that reveals itself over time. And so the point in time where I find myself right now is so exciting, because after 30 years of being in service to my children and just about most of the planet, it's a slight exaggeration, but you get my point, that I really understand that it's my turn. It's my turn to show up and be in service to myself fully. And as I engage that, I understand the electrical charge that charges up in me. And instead of feeling scared, I'm now feeling excited. And there's great things coming. And I can foresee where some of the choices that I've made and the reasons why I've made them lead me to right here, right now. Celebrating as my kids painted their hands and put them on the fence that we just put up, on the gate, on the fence, where my granddaughter will now be safe to be here and contained because we live on a busy street. But there was something about the completion of that. So it's taken weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, but tonight they all painted a hand and put it on my fence, similar to the things that they did as children. And I watch my granddaughter be creative, and she just loves that energy. And I think sometimes we've gotten busy, so busy in life, that we forget to play. So I wonder, did you play today? And if not, why not? And if tomorrow gives you the opportunity to play, will you? I wonder. So much love to everyone out there. Happy Mother's Day to anyone who is a mother. Happy Mother's Day to those people who have a mother. So that's pretty much everyone, just so you know. Dream big, my friends. The answers are here within. Be willing and ready to search for them. And be ready to sit quiet in the pause and wait for the magic answers to appear. So incredible. Sunday evening, May 10th, 2020. So much love to everyone out there. I love being here with you every evening. Thank you for continuing to support me in my journey and allowing me to use my insights to maybe help you along yours. So much love. See you tomorrow.